So the first point would be optimizing based on a lot of the data that you've already got within that account. So look at optimizing for the time of day. So if you're not converting or not converting very well between the hours of say midnight and 5 AM, be turning those ads off. The same again goes for the locations. So if you're say converting a lot better in London where there's more people, make sure that you are optimizing and using bit adjustments on your ads to show more in that location because it performs better for you.
Okay, and I suppose that if you supplement that with your call data, you'd be able to make these kind of decisions and optimizations based on the calls as well. So time of the call, the day of the week of the call.
100%, making sure that you're putting as much data in there as possible to make the most informed decisions. So point 2 would be false negatives. So don't just look at turning off an expensive keyword because it is expensive. Knowing what the value is behind that is really important because you could turn off your most expensive keyword but it's actually driving most of the revenue that's coming from your account. So you won't know that until you turn it off and all of a sudden you see your revenue drop and that could be disastrous.
Yeah, and I suppose the same thing applies to calls as well. You might have a keyword that only converts perhaps 10% of the time online but actually is driving maybe half the calls to your business. If you only had the online data, you're probably going to reduce that spending, whereas if you've got the call data, you know that you want to be increasing that as much as possible.
So point number 3, the most important would be to track outcomes. So it's great to know where your calls are driving from or where your online activity is coming from. But a lot of our clients speak to us and say, okay, they want to take that a step further and say what's actually happening on those calls. That's where I'm getting a breakdown in my data. So what we decided to do is create a product called Smart Match, and that basically means that we can match the outcome to the call and have that data in our platform. And that means that the client doesn't have to integrate that with their contact center, and that's a big thing because a lot of people don't want to go through a CRM integration and the contact center might not want to have that added into their process. So the marketing team can still get their outcome without having to go through all that process change. Cheers for that.